Okay, so now protect sheet. Select unlocked cells. Wait, so what?
You want to be able to select unlocked cells, but you don't want to be able to select locked cells.
Okay. Okay. Yay! It works!
Why isn't this one of the things that they did in the very beginning? Should have been.
I know. I thought it was kind of weird that they were just barely teaching us that now.
I mean, how many times have we had input stuff that we've never, that we could have just locked off and made it part of every project?
I know.
Is this a special ultrasound you're going to tomorrow?
Sorry, what?
Is this a special ultrasound you're going to tomorrow?
Yeah, it's the sonogram, so they measure all the baby's stuff, how tall it, I don't know, all their insides and the placenta and all that stuff. I don't really know.
Okay, so is this an MFM or is this just your regular
No, it's not my regular doctor. We're going to some other
maternity fetal.
Yeah, something like that. Where they can see it better or something.
So how far along are you?
I'm 18 weeks.
Okay, so you're right there with, do you already know the gender?
Last time we went in, they said 85% it's a boy, but we'll confirm it's a boy tomorrow.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're excited. Should be good. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I don't think I can copy and paste it.
Copy and paste what?
I want me to send it to that thread, but I don't think I can. Yeah. I don't know why Sam's not getting it.
Are your walls gray?
Mine are. Actually, let me see. Mine are. I'll show you. They're kind of grayish. Did you finish? Have you finished yet or no?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, I finished earlier, I guess, early this morning.
Yeah, I did it a day or two ago. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Looks good.
Does it look fine? I always felt like it looks so boring, but whatever.
No, I mean, this is what mine looks like. Let me see.
Okay, let me see.
Come on. How do I share my... There we go.
There we go.
It always looks so cute. I mean, cool.
Yours looks just as good.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, how's it going?
Doing good.
Good. How's the assignment?
This is what I've got.
Ooh, looks awesome.
Although what I've got in the year-to-date sales is the exact same info I have in the month sales because I couldn't figure out how to get the year-to-date data.
Oh, the difference between the two of them?
Yeah.
So you did the average unit price?
Yeah.
But the average unit price is year-to-date too.
Yeah, and I just did the average unit price for each one for the month. So I just punched that in because I wasn't sure if it was a similar formula or not. I just threw it in to make it look nice.
Okay, so let's make sure. I want to make sure I'm on the same page. So year to date means like if they put in May, then you need to average in or sum in January, February, March, April, and May.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Is that what you did on the unit price, Sam?
I think I just did it for the whole year rather than year to date because I couldn't figure out how to do year to date.
So
Or it actually,
I
I
created
think
another
it's actually
table.
just
You know how they have the table for the month, and they have the date, the number, and then the month, like 1 equals JAN, 2 equals FEB.
On the invoice
yes.
download.
Yeah, on the invoice, what I did is I added one more row, and I just did the numbers on the right side again, 1, 2, 3 through 12, and then I created a VLOOKUP, and so I put that number in, and it says based on the number that's in the input, I converted that to a number based on the VLOOKUP, and so whatever that number is, if the month is less than that, and so I added another row or column to that gray area in the in that table or in the invoice download, which had the actual month, and if it was blank, I made it. I said if it's not if it's less than 0 or whatever, I put it a 0, and so that way if it was, you know how there's so many of them that where there was no purchase or there was no item or whatever, and so the amounts were 0 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you don't put zeros in them, for me it was creating an error. But once you put a 0 in them, it worked. And so what I did is I just put in my if statement, if the number from the month on the input is greater than the month on the invoice, then add it. Or for sales at 8, so add it. For average, use it as part of the average.
Right.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Sam?
Yeah.
It's like so confusing. Do you see? Here, let me share my screen and show you what the formula looks like. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So this is for average, but I think it's the exact same as the other one. It's just this is sum ifs instead. So right here where my mouse is, this highlighted, this is what he's talking about. That's your key. Because then it's going to add up. So I put all mine in this corner, so I linked them so that it would show right here. And I think Richard put his linked to the invoice download page. I don't really know.
Okay.
But that's what's going to add up the months, like just January or, January, February, March or whatever it's asking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
And one thing to remember that I got so stuck on was the ranges have to be the same. So see how these all start on like A5 or AC5 or I5. I like had one of them starting on 4 and it screwed up my whole thing. Like it would not let me, like it would just keep saying like error or something. So it was weird.
Okay.
So watch out for that because that drove me nuts.
I think I ran into the same problem too.
I was so frustrated. But is that what yours is like, Richard?
Yeah. Let me actually go look at mine to see if I did anything. The one thing I did, which is I named things because they were getting really long. Here's what mine looks like. Let me go back to sharing it. Can you see that? So basically, I have some ifs. Oops. So some ifs. Sales is my sum is the sales dollars, and that's the range. And then the comma year, and then the K8, which is on this one is right here. So it takes that year right there. And then
Put your phone down a little bit.
oh, right there.
Yeah, there we go.
Then I have my rep group as an area or an array, and I do the house. And what I did is I named each of these fields internet, house, and broker. And then comma.
Okay.
Oh.
Month ID. The month ID is the one where I gave this value right here, the D8 or D6, the June. I gave a number, and then I have it less than or equal to VLOOKUP, and now I'm sorry, the month ID is from the invoice, so it gives me the number of the month, from the invoice, and then it has to be less than or equal to VLOOKUP, and I look up the number for the month of June.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what I did. Oh, my phone.
Cool.
I better plug it in real quick before it dies.
Do you think you can do it, Sam? Does that make enough sense?
Yeah, I think I've got that now.
Okay. I think this was like one of the hardest mini projects, if anything.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah, it took me like a really long time. Sometimes you can bust them out real quick, but this one was not that way.
Yeah, when you get an error, that was the hard part, was figuring out. You had so many different criteria that it's like, okay, now where am I getting it?
Yeah, exactly. And then you try to re-put it in like 7 times. Oh. Yeah. But sweet. Okay, any other questions?
I think good.
I think we're good. Okay, awesome. I will send you guys this link.
All right, perfect.